Jim Pugh peers into the marshy grass at the Famosa Slough in Point Loma.
It's too far away, but there's a super cool bird on that wooden stump over there.
With his cargo pants and wide-brimmed hat, he looks like exactly what you'd expect from the conservation chair at the San Diego Audubon Society.
I think it's a sage phoebe. I'm not sure.
There were birds everywhere in the marsh. But as we talked, we also saw something else.
With the combination of climate change taking a huge toll on birds, and then the cat problem, and then the birds. Oh.
Where?
The little dot by the tennis courts.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right.
The cat sitting and watching the birds was one of many we saw in the slough. They're a big problem, Pugh says.
And the slough is a very, very birdy place, so it's not a good place to have cats. A typical house cat, I guess, catches maybe a bird a week or something like that, and a feral cat typically catches a couple birds a week.
A 2013 study found outdoor cats are the biggest human-caused threat to wildlife and kill between 1 and 4 billion birds each year in the U.S. Despite these sobering facts, the San Diego Humane Society has allowed more than 1,200 captured stray and feral cats to be released back into the wild since it took over animal control services for San Diego and several other cities in the county. It's a controversial practice that has angered many environmentalists and animal rights advocates and led to legal challenges in Los Angeles and Orange counties.
We should be treating cats like we treat dogs.
Grant Sizemore is director of invasive species programs at the American Bird Conservancy. He says all cats should always be contained.
We don't allow packs of wild dogs to run around this country anymore, and we shouldn't allow hordes of cats to run around our parks or neighborhoods either.
Sizemore is based in Washington, D.C., but when I told him about the San Diego Humane Society's program, he wasn't pleased.
The release of even just one cat is a tragedy because it's going to result in poorer quality of life for the cat and also create a risk for wildlife and public health.
Sizemore and others point to research showing cats have caused the extinction of up to 63 species. They say euthanizing feral cats may be the only way to serve the greater good.
So he has an ear tip, which is a sign that he's already been neutered, so we are going to let him go.
Such a policy would be completely unacceptable to people like Hannah Shaw, who is known as Kitten Lady.
About 50% of the cats in the United States are community cats who live outside, and so those cats don't deserve to die just because they were born outdoors and aren't social with humans.
Her nonprofit Orphan Kitten Club traps feral cats and takes them to be spayed or neutered, then lets them go in a program called Trap, Neuter, Release, or TNR.
TNR helps everyone. It helps the community, it helps the animal shelter, it helps kittens. It's even better for the individual cats because it might be the only vaccine they ever get. It might be the only chance they ever have to see a veterinarian. So, whether you like cats or don't like cats, TNR is for you. Less cats outside.
The point is to gradually decrease the feral cat population by preventing more cats from being born outdoors. But that doesn't swiftly deal with the problem the way bird lovers would like. Gary Weitzman, the CEO of the San Diego Humane Society, is familiar with the arguments for why cats shouldn't be outside. But he says cats aren't actually the biggest threat to birds and other wild animals. And if cats do kill, that's part of nature.
I wish nature was a little bit of a kinder guardian of our planet than it sometimes is. But the fact of the matter is we're committed to the welfare of both wild animals and domestic animals. And I don't think that those have to be mutually exclusive.
And once they do wake up, we put them immediately into their trap.
Meanwhile, Audrey Stratton continues doing her work. She runs the Feral Cat Coalition, which operates a small spay and neuter clinic in the College area.
And once they do wake up, we put them immediately into their trap because once they wake up, they're usually awake.
Stratton stands over a table covered with sleeping cats. At the moment, it's hard to see them as fierce hunters causing extinction of birds. They are cuddled up under blankets, but are actually wild cats, sleeping off their anesthesia.
This is the only time they're getting pet. And if they knew what was happening, they wouldn't be happy about it.
She hopes to expand her clinic, Right now, the work she does only makes a small dent in San Diego's stray cat population. Claire Tregesser, KPBS News.